Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today, taking a look at the 17-page short story that's in this collection, Cthulhu 2000. It's called The Adder. It's written by Fred Chappell for you folks. I just knocked it out for the second time for you folks. I picked up this collection, Cthulhu 2000, in college when I was doing a deep dive into the Cthulhu Mythos for you folks. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. But there are some short stories in here that I just don't like that much. But I've gone back and reread them now to see what I think about them. And so, like Fat Face, which I just recently went back to again, and I just didn't like it the first time. I didn't like it the second time, and so forth. But I enjoyed it, so I'm going back and rereading it for you folks. This is as a reminder to keep my month of October to the Cthulhu Mythos stuff. This got started in the 20s. On a pulp barrel by an author named H.P. Lovecraft, who wrote a lot of his things back and forth from one story to another and kept it so they were all in the same universe, like the book, the Necronomicon, or the character Cthulhu that's introduced in the Call of Cthulhu, a late 20s short story that sort of put it all on the table, and that's where the fan name, the Cthulhu Mythos, comes from. So there you are. Then he was writing with a lot of other writers during that time too, and he would write some of their things and add them to his mythos, like Clark Ashton Smith's Pythagoras, as well as encouraging them to take some of his stuff and write them into his works and so forth. So that's sort of where it was this shared universe that's still beloved to this day. And there's several different generations and so forth. So this stuff is what I call the fourth generation, which is the modern era, and so forth. So that's fun. So today's short story, The Adder, is all about the Necronomicon, and we're going to be doing a deep dive into that. And I enjoy its take on it. I think it's very fun. I think it's very clever. It's very interesting. I didn't see it coming. This specific take on the Adder, on the Necronomicon. So I like that. I thought it was fun. So let's go ahead and get started with my review of this short story. As a reminder, my reviews are spoiler free, so we won't be doing a deep dive into this. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. It took me like 45 minutes or so for me to knock it out last night for the second time. So The Adder will open up with a guy. Who has a used bookstore of older books and older like first editions and so forth that are so it's more like a higher quality used bookstore and so forth. And he's in the Carolinas, and his uncle taught him the trade. He loved it so much. He was a fun fan of him, and he's also in the Carolinas, but in a different area too. And one of them is in North Carolina. I think the other was in South Carolina, but I don't remember which one. Our protagonist or his uncle. His uncle arrives with a book in the case. It's the Necronomicon, and they'll enter the short story. Fun stuff, which we'll find out on the second or third page. So there we are. I'll leave it to you, and leave the rest of you for you to find out. So what happens with the Necronomicon? What is the interesting and unique take on it that I like so much in this short story called The Adder? I like it a lot. So we'll go ahead and leave you to that. For you folks. As a reminder, this channel's name is The Worst Thing About New Books. That's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And this is definitely an older work that was published, decades ago, that I picked up. It's a 1999 collection, but many of these short stories were written decades before that, or sometimes, or fourth generation stories for you folks. So there you go. I'll leave you to it. Have you read this? If so, let me know what you think about in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more days to follow. And then finally, I just want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.